South Asia Today, a show that provides you glimpses of South Asia. I'm your host Pratiksha Mishra. Let's begin with the headlines first. Taliban government warns of worsening problems for refugees as Afghanistan prepares for harsh winter. Y-Ship event organized in Yokohama city and Yamaha release its latest racer 9GT Plus motorbike. And celebrations of Chhat Puja across Nepal and India come to an end with offerings to the rising sun. Let's begin the show. With winter setting in, the Taliban's government has said that the thousands of Afghans returning from Pakistan are going to face extremely harsh conditions. Afghanistan is already dealing with a politically unstable environment, a faltering economy, and a healthcare system beset by difficulties. Afghans returning to their country have said that there are restrictions on the transfer of cash and property to Afghanistan from Pakistan, where many had built businesses and homes for decades. The humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan is worsening as a result of the large-scale return of refugees from Pakistan. Most of those being deported do not have access to proper housing or work opportunities. Just before winter, this wave of returnees have put additional burden on scarce resources and relief operations. Calling the development a very big challenge for the Islamic Emirate, Taliban government has also warned of worsening winter problems for Afghan refugees from Pakistan.
موضوعات یک 10 نفر یا 100 نفر نیست، تقریبا 1,700,000 یا 800,000 نفر است و بدون مشکلات و تکلیف هم نیست. زمستان است پیش روی ما. واقعیت من یقین دارم که مهاجرین هم مشکلات بسیار زیاده را روبرو هستند. مسائل دوایی است، مسائل صحتشان است، مسائل خوراکشان است، مسائل زمستان است، سردی است. موضوعات بسیار زیاد پیش رو داریم و خصوصا به امارات خیلی چالش بزرگ است.
Refugees from Pakistan are returning to their homeland at a time when Afghanistan is grappling with severe challenges. The country deals with a politically unstable environment, a faltering economy, and a healthcare system beset by difficulties. Afghan citizens returning to Afghanistan have said that there are restrictions on the transfer of cash and property to Afghanistan from Pakistan, where many had built businesses and homes for decades. Meanwhile, the Taliban government has said the matter of people's assets should be discussed in detail.
در خانه مدت 40 سال زندگی کرده هستند. بعضی موضوعاتی است که مثال روی ازیا با دیتیل صحبت شود. تشویش‌هایی که پاکستان داره همچنان مد نظر گرفته شد و چون دارایی مردم است باید روی از موضوعات با دیتیل باید صحبت شود و یک راه حل به این موضوعی که بسیار مهم است یک راه حل باید سنجش شود.
Following Pakistan's announcement to repatriate Afghan nationals, international agencies have called on Islamabad to protect refugees. Organizations like United Nations are concerned that Afghans may face serious protection risk upon their return. The International Rescue Committee, IRC, in Afghanistan has also expressed deep concern about the survival of Afghan refugees arriving from Pakistan.
The winter is approaching and the weather and the temperature is declining each day. So this is a big concern for the people arriving in here. They need for the immediate shelter because most of them have nowhere safe to go. And this means a serious risk, especially for the women and children, because now they are living under tents, under the open skies. Beside this, most of the people arriving in here, they need for the psychosocial supports, they need for the nutrition nutrition support, and also the need for primary health care supports. So these are the prioritized needs most of the people do not have because they lost everything, including their homes, properties, and belongings, and now they are starting and here from the zero.
Pakistan has said that its move to expel hundreds of thousands of undocumented Afghans was a response to the unwillingness of the Taliban administration to act against militants using Afghanistan to carry out attacks in Pakistan. On the other hand, Taliban officials opine that the militancy is an internal matter for Pakistan and have called on Islamabad to halt its deportation of Afghan citizens. Moving on. Japanese companies are taking great strides in futuristic technology development. Recently, an event named Y-Ship was organized in the port city of Yokohama in Japan with an aim of developing Yokohama as a smart and innovative city. In line with his vision, they invited various startups from across the world and companies from Asian and African regions to participate in the event. Apart from this event, Japanese company Yamaha Motor launched its latest bike, Tracer 9 GT+. The bike has been installed with the innovative millimeter radio wave radar for the first time to make the ride much safer and comfortable. Let's take a look at the Y-Ship event and Yamaha's cutting-edge motorbike.
Yokohama city is a popular tourist destination and intends to raise its tourist influx and make the city more sustainable and smart. To realize this vision, Yokohama City organized Y-Ship global event aimed at establishing an innovative and smart city in collaboration with startups from across the world and companies from Asia, Africa's emerging countries. Mayor Takeharu Yamanaka explained the history of Yokohama and appealed for cooperation of participating countries to realize smart city vision.
横浜は160年前に開港した時から日本に技術を導入する新しい技術を生み出す町でありました。世界中で大きな都市問題、気候変動、さまざまな新しいイノベーションが必要とされています。世界の仲間たち、先進国、途上国の人たちと一緒に新しいイノベーションを横浜から作り出す、そのことを目的とした国際会議でございます。
In this event, various collaborations will be authorized. Japanese incinerator company has established a branch of Philippines to develop its business further.
国内外、営業しているところなので、もう少し今後のアジアの活動には期待できるかなと思っております。
Participant from Philippines admires Y-Ship's achievement.
It's very different from our city. It's very nice because everything it's you can walk around and it's very pretty. The park is very nice and it's very modern. It's something that we would also like to see in our city. We already established one and we want to build it, make it stronger.
住みよい町、安心して安全に暮らせる町、これがやっぱり非常に大切だと思います。横浜を低炭素な、環境に優しい、そしていろんな人を包み込むような町にすることが必要だと思いますし、そのような町ができれば、世界からもリスペクトをされ、横浜のような町づくりを一緒にやってみたいという仲間が増えるのではないでしょうか。
Yokohama City has already confirmed its charm and now prepping to grow up as a more sustainable, innovative and livable city. Y-Ship is indeed a launching event to a glorious future. Motorbike giant Yamaha Motor released its most progressive bike, Tracer 9 GT+. Installed with cruise control system using millimeter radio wave radar, the bike supports rider to avoid dangerous accident when other vehicle applies sudden brakes or stops suddenly.
通常オートバイはアクセルをライダーが操作しながら、もしくはブレーキを操作しながら前の車に追従していくと。ライダーが常に操作をずっとし続ける。さらに加えてオートバイはライダー自身がバランスを取りながら走行しています。そこの部分の一部分をシステムが担うという形になります。結果的にライダーとしては疲労感の低減につながって長距離走行しても疲れずに長い距離走れるようになると。でさらに長い距離走りに行った後にス ポーツ走行、ワインディング走行みたいな走行が楽しめると。
To keep the ride relaxed and safe, Yamaha Motor has installed brake assist system using millimeter radio wave rudder. It is the world's first motorbike installed with this system. The system assisted sudden braking saves the rider and avoids crashing. It is Yamaha's concept that makes the ride more convenient, more comfortable, more stimulating and more relaxing. World GP rider Shinya Nakano drives on a new machine having the latest technology. From professional point of view, he admired this cutting-edge technology and Yamaha's policy.
急ブレーキかけると車体がこう不安定になるんですけど、それも感知してくれてサスペンションが、減衰力が変わってサポートしてくれるんで、いや結構夢のようなね機能がついてると思います。ヤマハというのはなんかこうライダーとか人間の感性にすごい寄り添ってるところがあって、今回は味付けがナチュラルでなんかこう自然に乗れるっていうところがなんかすごく良かったんじゃないかなと思います。
To realize more harmonization between rider and motorbike, Yamaha Motor is continuing with their unprecedented number of trials.
And now we take a look at some happenings in Asia in our segment called Asia Watch.
More than 500 Rohingya refugees originally from Myanmar landed on the shores of Indonesia's Aceh province on November 19, the fourth wave of arrivals this week, a local UNHCR official said. The refugees who arrived at various parts of the province including Biruan, Pidi and East Aceh have overwhelmed local facilities, a UNHCR official said. She said the location where they were being accommodated in Pidi was overflowing with the fresh arrivals and the UNHCR was waiting for the government to provide bigger temporary shelters to house them. Hundreds of Muslim Rohingya have arrived in Aceh province in recent days, taking the total there to more than 1,000, continuing a migration which has for several years seen Rohingyas escaping from Myanmar to Muslim-majority Bangladesh or by rickety wooden boats to Malaysia and Indonesia as well as Thailand. Houthi rebels from Yemen were seen storming a cargo ship in the Red Sea in a video released by Iran-backed group. Its fighters appeared to land by helicopter onto the top deck. They brandished weapons at the ship's crew and ordered them to lie down. The seized ship, the Galaxy Leader, is now in Yemen's Hodeidah port area, according to its owner Galaxy Maritime, which is registered in the Isle of Man. The Houthi movement claims the Galaxy Leader has links to Israel. However, Israel has denied this and says the seized ship was British-owned and Japanese-operated. The owner confirmed the ship was illegally boarded on Sunday. Its crew of 25 is made up of nationals from Bulgaria, Ukraine, the Philippines and other countries. All communications have since been cut with the vessel. The Houthis are a group aligned with Iran that have emerged as a major military force in the Arabian Peninsula. Last week, their leader said they would target Israeli ships in the Red Sea and said attacks would continue until Israeli aggression, referring to the war against Hamas in the Gaza Strip, is stopped. A representative from Hamas thanked the Houthis for seizing the ship. He called it a welcome step in support of the Palestinian people. The United States on November 20 denounced the seizure. It said it was a breach of international law and demanded the Houthis immediately release the vessel and its crew.
The people in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir are resented with the local administration who have burdened them with high electricity bills and unreasonable taxes. Amid galloping inflation and no subsidies from the stooge government of Pakistan, locals are up against the administration and launched widespread protests in the illegally occupied territory. They have resolved to continue their agitation against Pakistan and its proxy administration until their demands are met. We have a report.
The businessmen, traders and local residents are resented over high electricity bills and additional taxes imposed on them by the administration. It has been around 4 months since civil society and locals are protesting against the administration. Anger of locals in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir is mounting against those sitting in Islamabad. Locals say, despite production of several megawatts of hydroelectricity in their region, they have to pay a high price for electricity.
हम लोड शेडिंग के हिसाब से गुजरते हैं, बिजली हम पैदा करते हैं और फिर हमें पाकिस्तान के रेट पे महंगी बिजली दी जाती है। पूरी दुनिया में ये मसलमा उसूल है कि जहाँ पैदावार होती है वहाँ सस्ती दी जाती है चीज़। तो हमारा ये मुतालबा था कि जो हम पे जालमाना टैक्स, देखिए यहाँ बिजली जो है पानी से पैदा हो रही है, लेकिन हमसे फ्यूल एडजस्टमेंट ने टैक्स लिया जा रहा है। यहाँ तो फ्यूल इस्तेमाल ही नहीं होता, पानी से पैदा होती है। तो इस तरह के जालमाना टैक्सों के ख़िलाफ़ हमने ये तहरीकें शुरू की थी और 1 महीने में 4 शटडाउन को मामूली बात नहीं है, कामयाब 3 शटडाउन हुए, सिविल सोसाइटी इसमें शामिल हुई है। तो इस वक्त सिविल सोसाइटी और ताजर यकसू हैं कि हम इन जालमाना टैक्सों को हुकूमत से ख़त्म करवा के छोड़ेंगे।
After observing 4 shutterdown strikes in just a month, the general public, businessmen and trader association have resolved to protest further if their demands are not met. The local economy in the POK has nosedived owing to skyrocketing inflation, high taxes and many small businesses going bankrupt in the region.
कारोबार है नहीं है, कारोबार ख़त्म हो चुके हैं। ऊपर से लोड शेडिंग जो है ना, ये घंटों के हिसाब से होती है। फिर जो है ये जालमाना टैक्स है, घरेलू जो है वो 2 तरह के टैक्स लेते हैं। एक तो सेल्स टैक्स लेते हैं और घरेलू इन्हें बिजली के इन्हें उस पर भी इन्हें लेते हैं जी जनरल सेल्स टैक्स। मुझे ये बताएं, कमर्शियल जो है इस वक्त हम 56 से 60 रुपये इन्हें दे रहे हैं यूनिट के और घरेलू जो है 25 से 30 रुपये में हमें पड़ती है। हम तो डबल मारे जाते हैं, दुकान का जो है ना वो डबल दिया, फिर घर का जो है ना वो भी दिया है। हम कहाँ जाएं, इतने इन्हें इनकम इन्हें है नहीं है, इनकम आप सोर्सेज जो है वो ख़त्म होते जा रहे हैं। तो इसलिए ये जालमाना टैक्स हुकूमत ख़त्म करे अगर ये चाहते हैं कि यहाँ इंतशार ना हो, यहाँ जो है मज़ीद किसी किस्म की जो है ना उनके ख़िलाफ़ शटडाउन ना हो।
Highly inflated electricity bills and taxes are putting undue financial strain on the people of POK. They blame the administration for corruption and levying unjustifiable taxes levied on the general public.
वो पे टैक्स लगाए जा रहे हैं, कहते हैं चलो इनको नोचोड़ते जाओ तो शायद यहीं से कुछ इन्हें मिलेगा। बिजली चोरी बरकियात का महकमा खुद करवा रहा है। इसके लाइन स्टूडेंट और दीगर अफसरान मिल के नीचे से लेकर ऊपर तक ये जो बोथा वसूल करते हैं, नीचे का अमला ये ऊपर तक जाता है। तो उसको कवर करने के लिए ये जो है ज़्यादा जो है ना वो चार्जेस हमसे लेते हैं।
In the last 4 months, the people of POK have not paid electricity bills and during protests burn the bills publicly to show their resentment against the government. They want to hold a peaceful dialogue with the administration, but the apathetic government is not ready to listen to their concerns.
हमने जो है ना ये 3 महीने हो गए बिल नहीं दिए हैं, इसी वजह से नहीं दिए कि जालमाना टैक्स ख़त्म करें। टैक्स ख़त्म करें कि आप पहले भी बिल देते रहे, आप भी देंगे एक अच्छे शहरी की तरह। हम जो है ना उस पर एतराज़ नहीं है, लेकिन इस तरह हम नहीं देंगे। आगे तारीख भी चलेगी, मज़ीद शटडाउन भी होगी। 1 महीने अगर हमने 4 शटडाउन कामयाब किए हैं तो आगे हमें जो है ना 5 करने पड़े महीने में, हम वो भी करने के लिए तैयार हैं।
The locals are angry over the current Prime Minister of POK and his attitude towards their concerns. The widespread protests all across POK are the manifestation of public anger towards Islamabad and its proxy administration in the illegally occupied territory.
तो नवाज लाख साहब जो है ना आकड़ के ना रहे हैं, वो ज़रा संजीदगी दिखाएं। उन्होंने हुकूमत करनी है तो उनको जो होना चाहिए, ये पहले हुक्मरान है कि जिनके खिलाफ एक महीने में ये पहले वज़ीर आज़म है जिनके खिलाफ एक महीने 4 दफ़ा इन्हें पूरा कश्मीर में शटडाउन हुआ है, और मुजफ्फराबाद इन्हें जो दारुल-खाफा यहाँ तारीखी किस्म के शटडाउन हो गए। ऐसे तो पहले कभी नहीं हुआ है। उनको सोचना चाहिए ये कब तक जो है एजेंसियों के सहारे पे हुकूमत यहाँ करते रहेंगे, ये नहीं है देर से देर पा चलने वाले।
It has been over 7 decades since the locals have endured Pakistan's injustice and draconian policies. The public anger against the stooge administration in POK has reached the tipping point. The resolute public in POK seems to go any length to get their rights and demands fulfilled.
Chhat Puja is a festival dedicated to the sun that is celebrated with much exuberance in Nepal and several Indian states. Dedicated to the solar deity Surya, devotees show gratitude, worship the sun god for 4 days, and pray for the well-being of their spouses and children. Let's take a look at this year's festivities. Festivals are the oldest rituals and traditions that people practice to honor the almighty gods and goddesses. In fact, these celebrations are nothing but the symbols of peace and happiness. Chhat Puja is the only festival in the world in which the devotees pay homage to the rising and setting of the sun. The festival concluded in Nepal with devotees offering argh to the rising sun while submerging at the Bagmati river. It is a festival dedicated to Lord Surya and Chhati Maiya and is celebrated for 4 consecutive days with great devotion.
अब आज बिहान आयो हैन, पूजा गर्यौं, अर्घमा पानीमा उभियौं, अर्घको लागि सूर्य भगवानको लागि तपस्या गर्यौं। सूर्य भगवान कति बेला उग्र हुन्छन् कि हामी अर्घ दिउँ, 3 दिनको व्रत हुन्छ यो हैन। अनि यही हो हाम्रो यो नेम, ठुलो भन्दाखेरिमा ठुलो हाम्रो पर्व त्योहार हो, छठ माई हो।
The fasting women, along with their spouses, waited for the sun to shine over the horizon. As the sunlight fell on the devotees, they made the offerings and completed the ritual, formally marking the end of 4 days fasting of Chhat. Devotees especially keep the fast and worship the sun for the long lives and well-being of their family members, also praying for their expectations and desires to come true. Thekua, khajuri and kasar, along with varieties of dry fruits, fruits and flowers, constitute the basket popularly known as thakri in Nepal and daura in India.
छठ मैया से यही मांग करी है कि इसी प्रकार हर साल उत्साह और उल्लास से छठ मनाते रहें, और सभी भोजपुरी समाज के जो भाई बहन हैं सभी को छठ पर्व की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
Chhat Puja is celebrated on the 6th day of the month of Kartike according to the Hindu lunar calendar. The word Chhat means 6th in Nepali, Maithili and Bhojpuri languages. Women in India celebrate the 6-day festival with singing, joyful celebrations and a rite of color in their clothing, surroundings and cuisines. Commonly, women keep the fast on Chhat, but men, though fewer in numbers, also do it. Devotees believe that if a woman observes this fast with complete faith and devotion, she will bloom in life.
हामीले चाहिने पहिला दाल भात तरकारी बनाएर शुद्ध लसुन ससुन नहालेर शुद्ध खाना खान्छौं हैन, घिउमा पकाएर अनि नुहाई धुवाई गरेर अनि त्यो पारण गर्छौँ खाना खाएर। अनि दोस्रो दिन चाहिँ बेलुकातिर त्यही खिर र पुडी रोटी बनाएर अनि केलाको पातमा राखेर अनि सूर्यलाई छठी मालाई ध्यान गरेर दियाबत्ती बालेर दोस्रो दिन चाहिँ त्यो खाएर एक छाक खाएर अनि व्रत बस्छौँ। तेस्रो दिन चाहिँ हामी व्रत बस्छौँ त्यो नखाइकन नुहाई धुवाई गरेर घरमा कलश स्थापना गरेर पूजा गरेर सबै सजाम लिएर अनि यहाँ आउँछौँ अनि पूजा गर्छौँ। तेस्रो दिन चाहिँ हामी पानी फलफुल केही नखाने त्यतिकै बस्ने। अहिलेसम्म हामी केही पनि पानी सानी केही खाएको छैन।
In India, Chhat Puja begins with Nahai Khai, the first day of the festival when the devotee or vrati takes a bath, especially in the Ganga. The devotees cook religious meals, commonly pumpkin, bottle gourd and moong chana dal. The devotee who is fasting for the festival eats the meal only once a day. The meal is prepared without any waste, and when it is ready, it is first served to the vrati and then to other members of the family. Kharna marks the second day of the Chhat festival. On this day, the person who keeps the fast cooks kheer and roti and offers the same to the deity as bhog. Later, the prasad is distributed among family and friends. The third day of the festival signifies evening offerings or Sandhya Arg to the setting sun. And on the last day of the festival, devotees make offerings to the rising sun at the river bank. On this day, the devotee break their 36-hour fast, resulting in the end of the festival. The fasting of 4 days is a ritual that is to be followed without fail by the women of the family celebrating the puja. And this is how Chhat Puja is concluded.
It's time for me to wrap up today's episode. We'll be back next week at the same time. This is Pratiksha Mishra signing off on behalf of the entire production team of South Asia Today. Goodbye and take care.